But come back to the Kennedy Center.
Mhm.
You got a certain invite, didn't you, to the
Yes,
White House for Barack Obama's?
yes.
Yeah, how was that?
So, growing up in Philly, there was a young lady who became part of the Obama administration, and I had known her from the Philly hip hop scene, and she actually came to our performance at the Kennedy Center, and we wound up getting an invite to the White House for one of their last Christmas parties, and
Mm.
it was amazing. Just being there and being in that atmosphere. Food was great. They had an amazing spread. Shout out to Michelle Obama. They had everything there. The dessert table was as big as my living room, man.
Wow.
It was crazy. They really pulled out all the stops, but just being able to be there and be invited into the atmosphere, and you can feel the love. It was a great opportunity, and hip hop has taken me to some places where I never thought it would have been.
Yeah.
I grew up in a poor neighborhood at the height of the crack epidemic.
Wow.
Music music was my saving grace. It literally saved my life. I tell people the story all the time. A friend of mine, we were coming from someone's house party in the summer of, I think it was uh, 90 or 91, and this is when crack was really really bad, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we're standing there waiting for the bus, and we got rolled up on by guys who thought we were drug dealers and they were going to rob us, and the guy had a shotgun to my head and
What?
everything, but he recognized me from performing at house parties in the neighborhood, so he let us go.
Wow.
And for me, like, that was sort of like a watershed moment. And before he got in the car, he was like, keep rapping, and I
Yeah.
haven't stopped. I
Yeah.
can't stop.
Of course.
It's like, that when you get a sign, you gotta follow it.
Of
Like, that's
course.
that's a sign. That was a sign for me. Use this music, and let the journey take you where it's going to take you, and it's taken me a very long way.
And when you go from, say, the area that you grew up in to the White House,
Mhm.
how does that make you feel? Do you kind of feel overwhelmed with emotion? Do you feel kind of shocked or taken aback? How does it make you all feel?
Absolutely. And I think about, you have to think of things outside of yourself
Mm.
at that moment, because there had to be a number of things to go right for me in order for me to be in that moment, and most of it didn't have anything to do with me other than the fact that I didn't give up.
Yeah.
So things have to fall right into place, and I think of so many people like myself who don't get that opportunity, who weren't, afforded, some of the things that I've been able to do through music, and I use that to try to empower people. Try to
Mm.
provide opportunities for younger musicians. Try to point people in the right directions if asked. Well, how can I do this? Or and I get asked all the time, how can I reach out to someone at Carnegie Hall? How can I reach out to somebody at the Kennedy Center, the Kimmel Center? And for me to sit on that information would be counterproductive to all the things that I've been given.
Mm.
So to give advice in the moment, to constantly be in service.
Mm.
That's been, from that moment where that guy spared my life, I've been in service, and
Mm.
that's how you pay it back.